Hey guys, it's James from SportsDataMarket.io coming at you with another sports data analysis. In today's video, we're going to analyze the 2025 NFL Draft and categorize the player selections by college. So by the end of this video, we should see which schools produced the most draft picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. We're going to make use of the NFL Draft by year endpoint, which is part of our NFL API at sportsdatamarket.io. And so without further ado, let's hop over to VS Code. I have the script pre-written, but as always, we'll go over the code for understanding. I'm making use of the request library for requesting, as well as the matplotlib library for plotting. I have this function here, getDraftDictionary, which takes in a start year and an end year. For today's video, we're just going to focus on the 2025 NFL Draft. And the purpose of this function is to return a dictionary with the mappings of the college to the amount of draft picks that took place from that college. So we see we have a while loop here with the condition current year is less than or equal to end year. Plugging in 2025, we'll just be analyzing this past year's draft. In the while loop, we're going to request our endpoint NFL Draft by year, plugging in the current year, 2025. And then we'll get back some JSON. We'll index that JSON to extract the draft data list, which will be a list of objects containing various attributes, one of which is the college attribute. And then we have this condition here. So we're going to say if the college is in our college dictionary, that means that someone from the school has been drafted before in this draft. So we're going to increment the count. Else, it means it's the first time in this draft that someone from that college was drafted. So we're going to set the count equal to 1. And then outside of the while loop, we're going to sort by key value. And now from lines 21 through 24, we have a bit of logic. And the purpose of this logic is so that when we plot this graph, so that the x-axis doesn't get super cluttered. There are a lot of schools that had players selected in this past year's NFL Draft. But I'm going to have some logic here so that we only add schools that had more than 5 draft picks. And I'm doing this so that when we put it on a graph, we'll still be able to see which schools had the most draft picks, but we won't kind of have the super cluttered x-axis that has like 50 plus schools or something like that. So that's the purpose of lines 21 through 24. We're creating a new dictionary and calling it return dict, and then we're looping over our dictionary and only adding to the return dict if the amount of draft selections was greater than 5. And then we return the return dict. And using this function, the getDraftDictionary, we call this on line 27 to get the dictionary that we're going to use to plot. And then on lines 29 through 33, we're going to make use of matplotlib. So we're going to plug in our plot dictionary's keys and its values. And then we're going to label the x-axis college, and we're going to label the y-axis selections. I'm going to title the graph total selections in the 2025 NFL Draft by college. And then on line 33, I'm going to show the graph. So let's run this code and let's see the visualization. I'll expand this graph out a bit. And these are the results. We can see Ohio State led the way with about 14 selections in this past year's draft, followed by Georgia with 13, Texas with 12, Oregon had 10 selections in this past year's draft. And we can see the results onward. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope you guys had a great time watching this video, and I hope it showed some of the cool things you can do with our NFL API at sportsdatamarket.io. Till next time, guys, James for Sports Data Market. Thanks for watching.